This is Dungeon Bloom. Today we're going to be making a full campaign in under 15 minutes. Most DMs fail before the campaign even starts. Why? Because they try to build an entire continent, a 2,000-year history, and a full pantheon of gods just to start a level 1 game. You don't need a world, you need a day's walk. Today I'm going to show you how to make a complete 3-month campaign using 7 hexes and 15 minutes of prep. Let's talk about scale. Each hex is approximately 6 miles wide or 10 kilometers. That's roughly 4 hours of travel, even in rough terrain. If your players leave town at dawn, they can have an encounter or two and make it to the adventuring site by noon. They can fight, explore, and loot the dungeon, and theoretically be back to town by morning. So Hex 1 is your anchor. It's the home base. You don't need to write a backstory for every citizen of this town or what's their horse's name. You just need 3 simple questions that you need to answer. 1, what is the safe spot? So you got to have an inn for rest and probably a general store for gear. That's it. Number 2, you need a hook giver. Who's going to be the local quote-unquote quest dispenser, like an old sheriff, a frantic priest, a merchant with endless or bottomless coin purse, or maybe even just a quest board in the tavern. That's popular. Number 3, you got to have a vibe to your town. They'll make it memorable. You have to have 1 weird trait. Maybe it's built on stilts over a swamp. Maybe the town everyone wears a mask. You can make it memorable without 50 pages of lore. Okay, so moving on to the circle around your hub, we're going to want some variety, so we're going to use a categorization method so I don't repeat myself. We're going to work out the details. We'll make sure you're thinking of competing factions as well so you can add conflict. Hex 2 is going to be where the starter dungeon is. It's going to be a cave here, but you can make it a cellar or a small ruin. This is where you basically go to kill some rats or goblins. Hex 3 is going to be a social encounter. You can make it we're going to make a rival adventuring party's stronghold. But you can do like a hermit's hut or maybe an old hag. You need to prove that the world is inhabited. Hex 4 is going to be a landmark, a giant statue, a waterfall, a glowing crater. We're going to do standing stones. I think this is basically just visual candy that the players can see from a distance, but you can also have an adventuring site there. Hex 5 is going to be the Lich's Tower. It's going to be the danger zone. This is going to be the big one. You can make it a dragon's lair or whatever the penultimate adventure for your characters. They shouldn't go there at level 1, but they know it's there. It's going to be their goal for the campaign. Hex 6 is going to be a mystery, a puzzle or weird magical anomaly, something for the players to figure out. And I just have I have a cave. I'm going to maybe thinking lost civilization, something like that. We can work out the details later. Right now, we're just quickly throwing together a world and making some friction and some rumors. Hex 7, our final hex is going to be the resource. It's a dwarven gold mine, ancient library, or maybe even a rare herb grove. This is going to give players a selfish reason to go there. We're going to go with the dwarven gold mine, as I want to have the dwarves as a faction. North, south, east, or west becomes a meaningful question because each direction offers something unique. A sandbox is just a list of locations until you start connecting them. To make your world feel alive, we're going to draw some rumor lines. For instance, you have a goblin or whatever stole something from the NPCs here in 2. You have the priest in the town terrified of the Lich's Tower. And you have the mystery in Hex 6 somehow influencing the Dwarven gold mine in Hex 7. Also, you might notice have three major factions equidistant around the Hex. You have the undead, you have the dwarves, and you also have these NPC party / mercenaries, and they can also be fighting over in between and the center. So you have these different factions causing friction. Friction makes drama, and drama is entertainment. And you're done. You have enough content for 6 to 12 sessions, easy. To start the campaign, just have your players in the tavern in Hex 1, have the mayor walk in and say, the wagons haven't arrived from the west. Who wants 50 gold to find out why? Then hand them a map. As soon as they choose a direction, your campaign has officially begun. If you want to see how I add adventures to these points of interest, you can check out any of my prep videos where I make a dungeon from scratch every week. Now stop world building and start playing.